Hello, everyone. Welcome from my office, otherwise known as the second bedroom. Um, and Thank you for enduring my super cool gaming headphones here. I wanted to get in touch after it's been a few weeks without a video message just to talk about all the things going on with Marks right now. And I want you to know first off that I am pushing for information, and I know teachers have started sharing information online, and I've had a number of emails and a couple calls about some confusion with that. And I want you to know we're getting an exact statement from the board so that we can specify precisely in terms what this means. And I know that administration in our school is working on obtaining that as well, and we'll have that really soon. What we do know from the superintendent's message that went out over a week ago now, and the follow-up that the board shared with administrators last week, is that, and this is the part that most of you have probably heard, that no student's mark will drop in term three um, lower than the cumulative, which just means the sum, essentially, of their term one and two marks. So that can look slightly differently, and I'll explain here, depending on what situation you're in. If your teacher marks each term separately, meaning, term one is worth a third, term two is worth a third, and term three was going to be worth a third, then whatever mark you get in term three can't be lower than the average of the two. If term one was, I know some teachers do this, they give slightly lower to term one because it's a bit of a startup term. So it's possible that term one and term two might not be weighed 50-50, but essentially it's going to be quite close. And your term three mark would not be able to be lower than that. More specifically, your final mark can't be lower than the term one, term two cumulative. If your teacher just keeps one set of marks and it rolls right from September to June, then whatever is on your term two report card, that is your cumulative mark. That is the benchmark of the lowest. And while I think it's important that students have that information, I'm also mindful of the fact that many people, myself included, when like, well, hold on, no, why would I do anything? And there's a few reasons I think why it's really important that we continue. One is normalcy. Like these are weird times, and I think it's important that we keep routine and schedule, and we continue to engage in schooling. I mean, if there was ever a reason to not engage in schooling for marks, it's right now. This is what it's all about, and the studies have shown, both at the primary level and right through to grade 12, that without having regular um, exercise of the brain, we lose the ability to use it. So it's important to exercise your brain. Um, we also know that in addition to the normalcy and the need for routine, if you are someone who's mark focused, and hey, power to you if you are, you probably got good ones. Um, we know that post-secondary is a massive thing, and I think it's really important, and this will be a huge motivator for a lot of people to remember that you're not competing with a mark. So every year, UBC and SFU, UVic, whoever else, they come out with numbers. Sometimes they share them with me, sometimes they don't, and they say students with blank percent got in to blank program, to other blank program. And a lot of students then go, okay, that's my benchmark. That's what I need to get into the university or the college I want. The reality is that's a changing metric. And so, if you were to take advantage of the situation and you were to mail it in, so to speak, on term three, would your mark go down? No. But the problem you'll have is that everyone who kept working and raised their marks are setting the new benchmark. So if it was UBC science on 90, it's going to be higher than 90 the next year because nobody can go down. There's only inflation. And because you're not competing with a number, the number is just a sense of what it likely will be. These are not normal years. And so I am expecting that we will see some inflation of marks, and that the percentages to get into post-secondaries will actually be higher as a result of this for this year's crowd. That's for the current grade 12s. I imagine it could continue into next year, as we know grade 11 does count to post-secondary admissions as well. Not as much as grade 12, but it does count significantly. So it's important to remember that you're competing for entrance with other students. So if you have 85% average right now and you're like, that's what I need to get in, the average might be going up when everyone else might be still raising their marks. They had 85 too, and now they're trying to push that. If you take your 85 and walk away, you're at a disadvantage. So if you are that student who's totally marks oriented, this is not a time to actually sit on it. This is a time to go like, okay, which of these classes can I really push up? Like, where's my opportunity here? And hopefully that's motivating. I'm also mindful of the fact that that can be entirely stressful, and this is where I really want to self-promote here. I would encourage you to reach out to me, reach out to your resources, reach out to the adults in your life and the peers in your life, your friends in your life that are valuable to you if you're finding a lot of this overwhelming. It's a stressful time, both for the online learning and also for all of the things happening in the world. I feel really lucky because many of you have reached out and I've been connecting and having phone conversations, which is a bit new and weird, but has actually been really cool. And I've grown an appreciation to just how mature and fantastic you've all become. So make use of me, make use of all of your resources, and please remember we are in this together, and it will end. We will get through this. Sending all my best.